himself up on the inside at Clubhouse.
This is going to get intense. Is he going to try and go around the outside? We can't get the words out. It's the blanket. You cannot make this up. You just have to watch it.
SARCO Season 5, brought to you by VA Auto Repairs. And Audi car owners looking for top-notch car service and repair without breaking the bank? At VA Auto Repairs, we're the VW and Audi specialist you can trust. Our expert team ensures quality repairs and maintenance with a guarantee of satisfaction. From brakes to engine overhauls, we can handle it all. Your car is in good hands. RMI approved, we deliver excellence at fair prices. Your safety and satisfaction, our top priorities. Book your car service today. Visit our website or call 011 315 4001. And don't forget to quote SARCO when making your booking. VA Auto Repairs, your trusted partner in vehicle care. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. It is, almost said Monday night, but it's definitely not Monday night. It is a Wednesday night, and we are racing once again. And in the commentary box, Carl makes his comeback. No load shedding for him this evening. Good evening, Carl. How are you doing?
Well, no load shedding this evening, thank you. But I am blind at the moment, which is no fun. But my vision will come to me soon. They'll open my windows, my blinds and my curtains in front of my box will open soon. But I believe we got some interesting weather today.
Well, the guys basically had their practice, and the practice was showing that it was raining. We've now gone into the qualifying, and the sun is out, and it looks like a glorious day.
So a wet-free practice and now a sun for quali.
That is correct. What the race is going to hold is essentially tomorrow.
So that's what I was setting up for. So it's not a real life, real time sort of event. This event, it's based on a 3-day sort of weekend or a race weekend. So free practice, quali on a separate day, and race on a completely separate day. So you could be qualifying in the dry, practicing in the wet, and then race will actually change during the 75 minutes.
That is 100% correct. Not only that, it is Paul Ricard, and it is a fantastic track. A lot of guys saying that they're not too fond of it, but I must say it's just one of those tracks that I thoroughly enjoy. I just need to sort that. I keep getting that wrong, but here we go. Currently following Etienne Mouton. He's the first person who has taken the leap of faith here to do his one lap qualify, understanding that the track was probably green in practice, so it might be fast now, and as the qualifying goes on, guys are going to get faster.
Yeah, like we were just talking as we were going through that sector of the lap, though, we were talking about Paul Ricard, and honestly I think it's that sector of the lap that we just watched that might be the reason why people are not a big fan of this circuit. It's so difficult to get that braking point right and get the car turned in and get it to follow right again. There's so much load on those outside tires, and that's going to be an interesting thing for the race. For 75 minutes, no compulsory stops. Is anyone going to be brave enough to run a set of tires for that 75 minutes?
So what I'm a little bit interested in is to see who's going to try and do that, because we go into the race and then all of a sudden what happens is the rain comes down, you've gone and you've saved yourself a pit stop, and you might actually be able to get away with it. It's whether you go in too early, put on tires, and then have to come back in later on to change your tires once again.
That could really like shake up an entire race. I mean, you're planning to run long on the tires, so maybe you're not pushing that sector I was talking about as hard. You know, you're losing half a second or 6/10 a lap. You're getting to half an hour, 45 minutes, and all of a sudden there's a downpour, and you go from mid-pack all the way to the front.
Well, this, I suppose, is part of the risk that you kind of need to take. But a couple of guys now on track. Let's see whether we are able to start getting some of those times up. We will just get the best, personal best times up there. There we go. If I could get that out the way, then at least we can see. So currently Etienne, Jabulani and Adrian van Sale are on a hot lap. Let's just see. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. That is
I think I've mentioned this in previous events. I'm blown away by how you can do all of this and commentate. I would be so lost.
I suppose it's either do it or it doesn't get done.
Do it or don't.
So for those of you who have just joined us, good evening, good evening, good evening. We see Ruan Heineke saying, let's gooi. We do have a couple of people that have liked us. So there's Rian Oosthuizen. He's saying that he approves of this. Thank you very much, Rian. That's Ruan de Toy currently on track. Lucas Joubert, he's on track looking to get his qualifier done. Ulrich the Yorker, so we'll start seeing them coming up. So Etienne Maton did a 157.2. Ruan 159.4. There's Lucas 159.7. Next to come around the corner, Agamemnon Veronis. This is him now going to be starting his flyer. Adrian van Sale, green and purple. How do you feel about those colors?
So we've got a faster sector as well. But like I said before, the circuit's so easy to throw away a sector and ruin your lap instantly. But Adrian van Sale is going to come across the line now, and it's a green third sector, but it puts him only in fourth place. So a massive loss in sector 2 for him, unfortunately. And like I said, it's so easy to throw it away on the circuit.
And the other thing that we are limited the guys to is a 1 lap qualifier. So you either make it or break it. There's Sean Lorero, 157.4. So that is going to currently put him in second place, and Sean doing an absolute fantastic spin there for us. Shamil Mohammed, 156.6, breaking quite quick on the line there. Yusuf Musa, our Project Cars driver who's moved across. He joined us in the last beginning of the season, missed last week, but he is back, and I'm sure the family will be watching, getting a little bit squirrely as he applied that power coming through turn number 10.
It is a BMW, yes, you're surprised?
If you're not sideways, you're not fast.
Oh, that was a big sideways though. I'm not sure that change of direction is going to help on a lap at all, or even a run onto a lap.
That transition through 12 into 13 definitely has not helped him there. But let's see. So Ruan de Toy 159.4. Oh, he might be doing a second lap here. And if you cross the line, I get a number 3. That is correct, Ruan de Toy. That will be a drive through there for him.
Is that drive through applied at this event or the following event?
So it will be on this event. We do have a new driver that has joined us this evening, and this is Karimati Naikainen. Try to say that fast. In the Ray-Ban livery, absolutely fantastic looking car. Looking forward to see how he is going to go there. Jason Landsberg, currently out on track as well, looking to get down his qualifier. Stephen Smith. Go for it.
Sorry, I had a bit of a delay on my mic there for some reason. Before we carry on for another flyer, in terms of vehicles for the series, if you picked a car at the start of the event, at the start of the series, that's the car that you have to continue the rest of the event in?
So the answer to that is yes and no. And the reason we say no is that if the guys are really struggling and they want to change their car, there have been guys that have wanted to change it. They're no longer fighting for position. They default all their points and they get to drive the car that they want to drive. And what that does is it just keeps the guys in the series. The last thing you want to do is have somebody that's racing but now frustrated with the car and would rather not drive than struggle. So that's definitely not what we want.
Yeah, it is difficult to get the car that you're comfortable in this, especially in the ACC. And the way the cars are changing through every update, it's difficult to get to become loyal, basically, to a brand, if I can put it that way.
So I do need to just let Ruan just know.
You almost expect you to be typing that in. Oh, you got it straight away? There we go. In the pits he goes. So Ruan du Toit into the pits, but unfortunately he's done his extra lap already. So he will be doing a drive-through in this event, or in this race. So from the start, previously we did see them dive straight in for the drive-through, get the penalty served and out the way, and that way they can at least focus on the race from there on. But would you do that in a oh, it's a drive-through, so you wouldn't be able to change or stop or change any tires?
Unfortunately not.
So it'll just be the loss of the time of the drive-through. So, first lap, everybody's bunched up, everybody's, trying to get past or trying to get through it. I can understand the first lap, pick the drive-through and at least settle into a race and maybe make some positions from the back rather than chasing big gaps down once everybody's in clean air and settled down.
100%. So thanks very much for that, Sean Lorero. We did see your lap coming in. Let's see who else is on their I was going to say their flying lap, but I keep clicking on the frickin' wrong window. There we go, that's the one I'm looking for. Yusuf Musa saying, let's go the Musas. So actually no relation to Yusuf and Mohat, but I'm sure family names will follow each other. Let's see who else. Ryan Oaten's livery uploaded, and that's pretty cool colors. I quite like the green and the blue, yellow and blue, green and blue. Carl, your take on that?
But my screen's very far away, and I don't want to get into discussions of colors, especially seeing as my wife's in the room. That was green and grey to me. I'm going to be honest, green and grey. But this is still one, and Muhammad Musa's livery also uploaded from the last time I was online.
Yeah, that's correct. And that's duck egg blue, right?
Duck egg blue.
You've
got that moustache on your face, and then you say duck egg blue. I'm concerned.
Okay, Jonathan Bent's currently on a flyer. Muhammad Musa, so he's on his outlap. We'll catch Jonathan as he comes around the last corner. Turn number 13, he approaches the line, and that puts him up into 4th place. That's a great starting position there for him. Emily,
defaulting on a lap.
Might have invalidated that lap, so has pulled in.
Is this Ruud Heineken on a flyer through the final sector?
And just that transition from turn number 11 into 12, it's quite tricky. You've got to get that car planted, turned in, and try not let the rear step out as you head down the line. So Ruan crosses line in as 2nd place.
With a yellow middle sector, so there was definitely more in that lap. So I think the front 3 again are going to be a humdinger to watch, like it has been in every other event that I've been commentating on with you.
So Marius currently on his outlap, on a flyer I should say. So there's Morris there, coming out of the last corner. As he approaches the start-finish line, he will cross the line, and that puts him into first. 155.7 for him.
Oh, Charles Darden getting in the way of another lap, or was that?
So that's a Jabulani. If Jabulani crosses the line, this looks like an all-out battle, and the two of them
and contact.
So they've somehow got onto a flying lap together. And that's definitely not going to help either one of them. But
how much time have we got? We've only got 2 minutes left in the session, so the chance of them getting another lap, if they have to stop, go to the pit and restart, it's not going to happen. So I think those are the 2 laps that they're going to have to deal with. So as Leclerc Besson comes across now for his flyer from 22nd, up 90 places, P2 with that lap.
And that P2 actually puts him behind Ryan Oaten's. We actually just missed it. Ryan Oaten's in 1st place with a 153.8. Sean Bingo will across the line. Where's that put him? That's got him on a flyer. Then Christopher Radloff, part of the Alpha 1 esports team. He's going to be starting his flyer. And 1 minute 46, yeah, so there's still enough time to get their laps in, as well as Andres Herodio. And Andres Herodio had an absolute crack of a comeback in the last race, having started at the back and finishing, I think it was 5th he finished in the last race. Definitely the comeback king. Charles Darden and Jabulani. Where is Jabulani? Looks like Jabulani has returned back to the pits. It might have been an invalidated lap there. And Chris Haneke. So Chris Haneke would be one of the drivers that will be forfeiting his points. You remembering he was in the Bentley, has gone to a Lamborghini.
Italian Audi, as we like to call it.
Yeah. I wonder if you can actually, instead of working out the full word Italian, you just add some letters into Audi. I'll let you mull on that for a bit.
It's not something I'm trying to watch qualifying here, but now you're giving me brain food like that. Charles Darden, we didn't expect a good lap from him after that wonderful start with Jabulani. But is it Jason Farmer starting a lap or ending a lap?
Just as Jason Farmer about to start a lap with only 36 seconds left. He's going to leave that very, very late, because that is now
going to be touch and go.
Isham Domingo, very close there for him. Just going through turn number 10. Just seen Jason Farmer. What's happened? So Jason Farmer is actually... I'm so confused because there wasn't a time there for him, but he's starting in 10th place. Isham
I think there was a bit of a glitch on the screen there for us.
Because that wasn't showing that he had actually was on a lap time there. But there we go. So 3rd place for Isham Domingo in his BMW. The BMW is really up there this evening. Christopher Radloff out of the last corner. He's going to head towards the start-finish line. Where does that put him in relation to teammate Ryan Oattens? Christopher Radloff 2nd place by 0.05 of a second.
Yeah, we missed Mahat Musa go up to 2nd there, and then obviously now Christopher Radloff just pipping him for that front row start for the 75-minute race we're heading into. And straight away on the grid and ready to go. Time to run to the bathroom, but that's about it, sir.
That's it.
And it looks like a dry start, but it does seem rather gloomy.
100%.
100% chance of rain, it seems. It is very, very gloomy out there.
Well, this is the unpredictability that racing offers us, doesn't it? Is that you think that you've got everything under control, then all of a sudden the conditions change like this.
And I think our drivers are listening to us, because I'm watching the front 4 and those cars are going up and down as they go to the pit menu and back to the grid, and pit menu, back to the grid, looking at their settings, checking the fuel, and maybe making some last minute adjustments to their strategy, having a look at the clouds and thinking, I can maybe run a bit light, take a chance, and then throw some fuel in with the wet tires when it does rain.
When and if it rains.
No, but if you're making that decision on that strategy, in your mind, it is a when it rains. You can't make a decision like that and still go drive the car, yes, in a sim, but there is some immersion in it, with that thought in the back of your head. The if thought.
And this is what I love about this, is that we have just created the unthinkable. What are the conditions going to be? And I love it. And if you look there, at least we got a Lamborghini and 2 BMWs just covering up the Ferraris right at the top there.
Yeah, ACC is slowly but surely starting to look like a one-make class. So I think there will be a bit of an adjustment on the Ferraris coming in the next update, because they are properly quick.
Just a quick shout out to our Peaches Gaming, who subscribed to us last week. Thank you very much. As well as the Sinclair's Tribe. Absolutely fantastic having you guys join us. But here we go. This is now racing. Guys getting lined up as we head through turns 12 into turn 13.
Yeah, putting those cars in the green block, it tells you where your optimum starting position is, and you hang it around there. a light comes up with your K's an hour, how fast you can be going, and you wait for that green light to go off before you plant the throttle down. All these drivers sitting, watching their screens, waiting for it to go from speed to a green light, and it looks like it has gone green. We are racing. There's a bit of movement between the two Ferraris as they move towards each other to try and close each other off. No contact just yet, and I don't see a lot of moving behind, but that BMW looking menacing into turn one. We get the field into turn one. It looks like we're all going to make it through. There is 3 abreast further back, and unfortunately, it resulted in contact. Yusuf Musa involved there. It looked like Stephen Smith as well getting turned around through turn one, and that's going to be a fight from the back.
So Ryan Oates has got away, and Mohamed Musa has sneaked himself ahead of Christopher Radloff going into turn 4 and on the exit of turn number 5. And this is where the straight line speed of each of the cars will get an understanding of what wing they're going to be running, because this is now a maximum attack all the way down. Yeah,
that's the one thing with the Ferraris. They are very, very draggy. A lot of guys run a lot of rear wing on them. And we're seeing it down this massive straight. I mean, that BM punching a massive hole in the air in front. But he does have the added advantage of the slipstream from Martins. Is it going to be enough into this right-hander? It's a sector of sweeps, but the Ferrari looking strong. Down the inside, does Musa know? Yes, he does. Backing out of the move, rather. Live to fight another day. But just behind that is a very, very fast-moving Ferrari.
Yeah, that looked like Hisham Domingo also got a little bit out of kilter there. But if we jump back, there's Leclerc Basson. He was right on the back there of Hisham, and it looked like there was about 3 wide in the background. Oh, there has been a car going off. Is that Jonathan Bentz that I'm seeing? Looked like...
No, it was definitely a BMW in the background, and it could have been in your favorite duck blue.
So there's a Rowan de Toy, that favorite duck blue. The only one I would think that could possibly be is maybe that one. Oh, that's Jabulani rejoining the track in the background there, so he's dropping down a couple of places. But let's get back to what's happening out in front, because it is still, I'll say Christopher Radloff in 3rd place, but he has got himself ahead of Mohamed Musa with Ryan Oaten's fastest lap so far as he starts opening a gap.
Yeah, the Lamborghini, sorry, it wasn't the Ferrari, it was the Lamborghini of Serodia that was looking very, very racy in the background, but he's fallen off. And it looks like Jonathan Bentz and Arjan van Zyl have come together. There's a 3rd car involved, both in the same livery. That's car number 23 is Arjan van Zyl. Car number 21 is... that is Arjan van Zyl.
Oh, there we go. Oh, he just came across, just clipped the nose. And unfortunately, that has sent them both packing, believe it or not.
Surely they're not in the same team, are they? Because I think there's a golden rule regarding racing with teammates and the end result.
It's when in doubt, flat out, right?
That's not the memo I got, no.
Okay, Charles Darden. Oh, I was going to say Charles Darden on the inside, but it's actually Leclerc Basson on the inside there. But having to just slot behind Ishan Domingo. That move just not on Jason Landsberg, just running a little bit wide there, which has allowed Jason Farmer to go up on the inside. They're going to be 2 wide through turn number 9. No,
the way this corner tightens up, and it's so easy to make contact because it goes right, but it gets so tight. They're still side by side into the left-hander, and it looks like Farmer is going to try and go the long way around. It is a long way to go, and on that curve, can it be a little bit dicey there? Touch. But thankfully, both cars still traveling side by side. But that's allowed the other Ferrari behind of who is that further back?
So that is
Sean Lansberg. Oh, he's gone around. So Larero's gone past him as well. So Lanesberg's gone from 12th on the grid down to 14th. So unfortunately, Lanesberg, the big loser there. And it looks like Ferrero and Farmer back together again. Oh, another off. Musa contact with Bentz. So Musa ran wide, and when rejoining, unfortunately, clambered into the side of Bentz. So Bentz dropping down the order, and that damage isn't going to help on those long straights of Paul Ricard.
You'll just see what happens. He goes very, very wide, but keeps it pinned, and as he misses the tie wall, comes back right in line with Bentz and setting Bentz into the wall.
I think that would be called an unsafe rejoin. I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but that may possibly be. Stewart's maybe having a look at that after this event. As we have a look now at Mario's Brutma, long run down the back straight. that BMW isn't slow in a fast line, in a straight line, sorry, but neither is the Ferrari. Goes defensive early. Marius bought by looking for a way past Darden. Darden goes move back to the middle of the circuit now, and it's a long run down to a corner. Side by side they go under the bridge here. It looks like the Ferrari's definitely got legs though on that BMW. BMW on the outside. Are they going to be brave to go side by side? They decide against it. Botma though still looking very menacing there on the back of Darden. Just behind him though, Heineke obviously a lot more comfortable in that Lamborghini than he was previously, and getting some proper pace sitting there in 9th place.
And it did look like the Ferrari was pulling the BMW along, and as soon as Marius got out of that slipstream, got side on the outside of the Ferrari, it just looked like it ran out of a little bit of leg. So definitely in a straight line, it looks like the Ferrari is going to be the one to beat. Isham Domingo making a little move here, and he got right up behind Andres Rodio, but it must have been just as they came out of the last corner, their turn number 13. But that battle is definitely persisting with Marius, and you can see just in the background there, Ruan Heineke there with our Nikanen. He's coming up with Ruan Heineke, so the brother of Chris in the Lamborghini.
Yeah, Lamborghini doing very well for the tight stuff, as the BMW does as well. If you have a look through like this sort of sector here, it runs right onto the back of the Ferrari, especially in the change of directions. But as soon as they get on the straight, it's almost like that BMW is almost a windbreak for itself, the size of it. And the minute it gets out of the slip, it starts to struggle. But out the corners, out the bottom end, it looks really, really strong. And that Lambo is so good on the brakes, able to stay with him. But it looks like Darden, though, just settling down into a better rhythm. And he's got a bit of a gap now as they head onto the back straight. So unfortunately, Botma was looking for a way past Darden, and is now looking for a way to defend from Heineke. The Lamborghini, nice and slippery in the slipstream, gets down the inside. He's basically alongside long before we hit into the right-hander, and he's going to get this move done before we even get on the brakes.
So currently, let's just see the top speed going through the track map. So that is at the back there. So 282 is currently that top speed there. We'll just have to wait and see what happens later on.
Does it tell you who that's held by?
I've just gone out of that screen, so unfortunately I cannot. But, ooh, here we go. Karimati Nakanen, I nearly completely fluffed it up. Looking very, very good here. His first race with us here at SARCO, and starting to put a little bit of pressure on the back of Marius.
Yeah, Marius is dropping like a stone at the moment, so maybe he's not happy with the balance of the car as this race is pretty early on. Setups do change depending on the length of the race. I've just reborn a love for ACC since commentating on the series, and on a Monday night, 60 minutes is borderline a little bit too long to run basically a quali setup. You've got to start changing the way the car behaves for that late. That Lamborghini though of Heineke looking very, very racy behind Darden, moving around all over the place.
I just wanted to go back because it looked like we had Memel that actually made a little move up on the inside of Michael Struvic. So that is actually a Jabulani. So how did I miss it?
Okay, so Jabulani was rejoining there.
Yeah, I think maybe that could possibly be what had happened there. Just jump back there, but now Jabulani is still showing that he's very much at the back, and there's a little dive on the inside from Michael Struvic. Did he make it? No, he definitely backed out there, and I think that was definitely the wise option there.
Yeah, he was sending that postcard from a proper distance. There was no way there was space there. There's that fast Lamborghini I was talking about, and he is currently running off the circuit, trying to get past Darden. So Heineke was looking for a way past Darden, and now that's allowed Botma to have a go at him again. So Botma was starting to settle down and get back onto the back of this, obviously, because the gaps are a lot closer, and it's becoming a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 car battle for is that 7th place on in the 75-minute race, and we are already quite a few minutes into it, and it's still almost like this race has only just started. It almost looks like an opening lap.
And Chris Heineke with him slowing down is now allowed the fact for Morris to come up, and Ruan Heineke behind him, and a little bit further down is Nakanen. So 5-way horse about to get underway here, and it looked like that Chris was trying to make a run around Darden into the braking zone, had to go a little bit wide and ran himself off slightly, which then allowed Darden to come back at him. But lots of action happening all over the place. Sean Domingo now closing up onto the back of Andres Rodeo, because that was nearly 1.2 seconds. It's now gone to within half a second.
Oh, and he's got no proper drive onto the next straight.
This is the perfect view to understand the slipstream advantage you're able to get down this back straight. Just about 1.8 kilometers is the straight.
It's absolutely, it's a runway. You are sitting on here for ages. It's almost take a break, have a little sip of your water or whatever you got next to you, and then you can carry on racing. But he wasn't close enough just yet. And look at the speed that Lambo carries into the entry of a corner, but it just doesn't seem to have it off. So maybe just running a little bit deep at the moment is Rodeo, and he's not getting the exits he needs. And I was talking about it earlier, that BMW really strong off any corner. So it's got proper low-down torque. And he might have another option here down into turn 1 after the main straight.
Okay, we will come back to this because there's just been an overtake there, and looks like Charles Darden has now lost the place. Let's just go back and we'll be able to follow the action and to see what happened. And it looked like it was, whoa! Chris just about getting right up the back of Darden and braking, getting that car, and looked like Darden had just outbraked himself a little bit and has now lost 2 places.
I'm not being funny. I wouldn't have been surprised if there was contact from those 2 cars, because Chris was late on that movement to go to the middle of the circuit, and I think Darden tried to close it off late, and unfortunately there was already commitment. So Darden dropping 2 places in that now, and now trying to hold off Ruan Heineke. He's brought this battle right up into the back end of Darden, and it's starting to look like Darden was the cork in that bottle.
Yeah, because now they are starting to break up. And guys, we are watching the comments coming in. We're seeing Yusuf Musa saying, good luck everyone. We've got Crunchy saying, let's go Alpha 1 boys. Aiden saying, Project Vapor, let's go. Peter Hardeman, oh, hello boys. How's it, Pete? Boss Pete.
He has another nickname, and karting when he was working with us. I'll keep it to myself.
This is an adult-friendly channel.
Adult-friendly or child-friendly?
Ah, shit it.
Careful.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh,
Memo having a little show there.
Past. He's going for the switchback now into the hard brake right, and it's going to be a full send. Lick that postcard, send it. That stamp was licked and gone.
What an absolutely fantastic move there. And then we've got Aiden saying mega FOMO right now. Ooh, unlucky Aiden, sorry man. But we'll look forward to see you joining us next week, as Michael Strubeck has got a good run out of turn number 7, right up behind the BMW there.
And Mohammed going to get... who's that? Sorry, that's not Mohammed behind there. Who's in the McLaren?
That's behind in the McLaren. Yeah, that is Shamil.
So it looked like almost a double toe. It was actually bent, isn't it? That's a lap car.
That's the lap car. Yeah, Mohammed is further down. So a great move there by Michael. Just moved up onto the inside and made that quite an easy move in the end. But check what's happening here. Is that we still got Charles Darden putting a lot of pressure on the back of Marius.
It's interesting to see how Darden's he's sprint fast for 2 or 3 laps, and then he seems to be holding up the pack, and then he chases that gap back down again. So very, very inconsistent throughout the lap. So obviously not a lot of time spent around Paul Ricard. He obviously has a lot of pace. It's not being put in consistently. And in endurance racing, consistency is the key.
He has just done his fastest lap, so whether it could be a tyre issue, maybe the tyre pressures, he hasn't got them right. They're overheating, and he's got to wait for them to cool down before he gets that lap time in. There are just so many things that come into play, and I absolutely freaking love what's going on here. Wow, that was close.
So Darden getting right onto the back of the BM, he braked a little bit too late, slowed him down, and that made it very, very difficult for Heineke behind him not to run into the back of him. But he's got the run down now down the back straight. We're on board with him. Darden's going to go defensive early. That's going to leave a Rue on the outside. Is he going to take it? He's going on the outside. He's got a long way of the straight still to go. He's flat out in 6th. We're going to head down towards the breaking point now. Move over slightly to the blue. Give yourself the best round the outside as you can. And pulling out of that move. Is he going to go the inside again? Yes, he is. Darden covered it off early this time. So not making a late lunge to the inside. And even though Heineke had pretty much committed to that move, the door was shut firmly in his face. And unfortunately, he's going to have to wait another lap to have another go.
So here we got Isham Domingo just going past Andres Rodeo. So a place moved up there for him. And it's all happening here this evening, isn't it? And I'm still wondering, will there be some rain later? I would love to see it.
It doesn't look as gloomy as it did in the beginning, though, I will be honest. So maybe something that's we're going to get away with without any rain. But this Andre from more cars off in the background there. Arjun Vassell really in the mix tonight. We've seen him make contact with his teammates, and it looked like there was a bit of moving and shaking going on behind him. There's his teammate there, Ulrich de Jager. Unfortunately, the two of them made contact and spun each other around. They're moving their way up to the field. So Strudvik Van Sale very slow on the exit there, almost making contact with Diago again. So I think a mistake on the previous turn 12 has caused this. We're going to go side by side down into turn 1. Who's Ulrich on the inside through turn 1. It is quite a hard braking zone. Is he going to get done on the brakes? This is where they made contact, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
You're 100% correct, and safely through.
Okay, so guys, please Control C, Control V, keep it for later. We need that more, no?
So Jason Farmer, currently 13th position, was where he qualified, chasing down fellow teammate from LTR, Sean Lerero, who is currently 12th. And I think you're right, because the sun does seem to be coming out, and it's not as dark as it was. And those little flags that you're seeing, that is your invalidated lap.
That is a track limit. That's not why they're turning that thing so hard away. It's almost like it's made out of TNT. But we saw him get up to second on lap 1, and it seems like he settled in nicely and started getting onto the back of I almost said Rackstraw there.
Christopher
Radloff, yeah. But
his
Rackstraw, very similar.
Yeah, got you. His PSN ID was actually surnamed backwards, which was actually Radloff, and his nickname was actually Foldover.
Right, Foldover it is. So Foldover, almost about to get passed over by Muad Musi. He's all over the back of him through the start sector. That BMW is so strong through here. Is he going to get a decent run out, though, and onto the back straight? We're not far away from it. It's all about getting out of this right hand and get the car over and get it turned left. A big slide from him, though. Though you picked up on it, it's going to cost him.
Yeah, most definitely. And right now, he should already been closing up that gap down this main straight. It does look like it's coming now, but I don't think it is enough. Christopher moving to the inside now of the track to try and make it, but you can see that 281, 282. They are going to be as side by side as they head into the corner. Christopher just squeezing him a little bit. Mohat has to come out of that.
I was actually holding my breath through that. I legitimately held my breath. Mohat, though, not even close enough to do the switchback. So he committed to the outside. He wasn't up close enough. And maybe braking a little bit earlier and trying to get the switchback down would have been the better move. But he's nice and close here. It's going to go left. It's going to go right. Is he going to have... Sorry, I'm 2 corners ahead of myself. The next left-hander, if he can get it done right, if he can go a little bit deeper, a little bit around the outside and get the switch back into the final corner, get the run down into the final corner, it's actually quite a decent place to send it. But thinking better of it, it's 75 minutes worth of a race, and now he's close.
Will he be able to have a look on the inside? Sean Lerero putting a little bit of pressure on Farmer. Let's just see what's happening there. And as Jason Farmer goes wide, will Sean be able to get that cutback done? Little rain lights going on there. Wonder if Sean anticipates something coming.
It'll be interesting. Muad Musa still trying to chase down second place there. It'll be interesting to see, how the drivers handle the sudden downpour on slicks, because it was so tricky in this.
it is not fun, especially going into a corner where you're committing. You're going into the corner at 230 kilometers an hour, you turn in, and all of a sudden the grip goes, not that way, and then you land yourself up in the wall on the outside.
Yeah, there was grip, there is no longer grip. And the size of the circuit is also, it's massive. The rain can start in turn 1, and while you're at the back of the circuit, it's completely dry. So, you know, you could just miss your pit stop and then all of a sudden get to turn 1 and be faced the wrong way. But Serodio definitely got the run here on Domingo. We've watched them change positions throughout this race.
But Andre's got to,
down the back straight.
I was going to say, Andre, he has to go to the inside, but his Sham moved to the inside. Looked like there was a little bit of a contact there. Is Sham getting the contact warning there? But he has run himself wide. Andre is going to send it down the inside at turn number 9, and he's going to take that place back. Charles Darden also having a cracker here. He's now side by side with Bortma. Sorry, they've changed place, and I actually got myself confused there.
And that's allowed Heineke. He's been close the whole time, but that's allowed him really, really close onto the back of Bortman now. So Darden getting back into that consistency swinging things, finding his rhythm, and then finding his pace again. And we've noticed, though, when he has gotten past, it takes him a couple of corners to get himself settled and get going. From following to leading, that transition seems to be something he's struggled with while he's been in this group throughout this race.
Yeah, the other person who's definitely going to be sweating, look at these two. Mohat is still there. Can he get that drive out of turn 6? Keep that rear planted and get that drive down the back straight. We've only got 4 corners left, and then we'll know whether Mohat will be able to get this done.
Yeah, this sector is so strong for the BM in comparison to the Ferrari. And he couldn't get the drive out of here last time. We've watched him through the right now. Just behind that, though, it looks like Serodio and Domingo aren't done either. That BMW just not getting the drive out of that right hand onto the back straight.
It just looks like the Ferrari is able to just change the direction, get that car down, just clipping that inside curb, getting the power, and the BMW just looks a little bit sluggish off the line there.
Yeah, it looks like he just can't get that change of direction done neat enough that he can get the run down the back straight. So but even Domingo versus Serodio, they were nose to tail, and that gap was a little bit bigger as they head down the back straight, though, but it wasn't big enough. Is that BMW close enough? It isn't.
But look at this. It's we keep being able to see some battles down the same straights. This is the 3rd one in a row, and then we can do it again. And oh no, I went too far, because there's Farmer, who was right behind Lorero, but now that gap has opened up a bit.
Did that move get done between Heineke and Bortma? Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
So Heineke now past Bortma up into 9th and chasing down Darden. So Bortma got a little bit of turn of pace, made up a couple of positions early on, and now seems to be struggling again as we look at Heineke run very, very wide out of that right hander. That BMW is going to be very, very eager to get that spot back. Is he going to try it through the final sector? I don't think so.
So I just wanted to see what was happening with Etienne. I got a white flag warning on him to show that he had slowed down, but all seems to be up and running. There is something happening here, and this is with Shamil. Oh, there we go. So that is a Diago who has gone very, very wide there into through turn number 8, and Shamil able to get his I'm going to say it's BMW. It is a BMW. Up into 19th position.
Not a bad run. Top 20. A lot of cars in the grid. It's good to see. 27, I think it is. It's actually a really, really good field for a midweek race, especially these long distance 75 minutes. What most of the
he does look closer
over the back. He is a lot closer this time.
Christopher going very defensive. You can see nice and early making that intention. This is where I'm going. But then he comes back into that braking point, and looks like there might have been enough space. So I'll say, was that a little touch of the board there? And could that possibly have been a little track limits there warning? Who knows?
It was definitely close for Moat, but Moat all over the back of that Ferrari. You could literally put a piece of paper between the two of them. I don't know how they have the faith with each other though, to run that close. I get so nervous in this sim with ping and all sorts of that. They just have the confidence to do it though. And I suppose it's the decision you're going to make. Just do it and hope for the best.
Well, that's the beauty about us running a local service here at SARCO, is that the ping, I think at the max it gets to 7.
So okay, well that explains the confidence to run that close to someone, because in any other server, you're almost hesitant to run the way you should be running because of ping quality and cars jumping around, or late to the brakes.
Yeah, Morris did have to jump out there. So to those who are watching on the stream, guys, let us know what you think about this race so far. There is still 49 minutes left to go, which means that we've actually had 25 minutes of this race already.
And no one's coming.